There are a number of agencies involved, and the system is frankly complicated. And you've got, for instance, several core agencies that are probably most important to universities. The first agency is the State Department, and the State Department's Directorate of Defense Trade Controls. That agency implements the International Traffic in Arms Regulations, or the ITAR. And under the ITAR, the government governs the exports as well as the temporary imports of defense articles and defense technology and defense services, as well as the brokering of defense articles. So, and this includes what you'd normally think of, for instance, an F-16 fighter aircraft or important components or systems related to that aircraft. That sounds like a defense article. But it also covers commercial items that have been modified for military application. And this is where I think a lot of folks get confused is, well, I've got this commercial item, I'm now doing something with it for the military. They would have to review that very closely to determine whether the technology and the item itself is controlled under the ITAR, because they're modifying it for military application. The next agency is the Department of Commerce, the Bureau of Industry and Security at the Commerce Department, or BIS. That agency controls dual-use items and the export and re-export of those items. So these are commercial items that can also have military application, and it includes anything from, you know, something as simple as this pen is governed by those regulations, all the way to you know, a sophisticated ultra-fast supercomputer are controlled under these regulations. So it's a very broad set of regulations. That being said, not everything requires a license under the Commerce Department regulations. It really depends on the specific item and where it's going. The third core agency is the Department of Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, known as OFAC. And OFAC governs our economic sanctions programs. And these are programs that target specific countries, individuals, and entities. And these are, you know, you can think of some of the countries out there that you're probably aware of that are subject to U.S. embargo, for instance, Iran, Cuba, North Korea, Syria, Sudan. These are the, you know, countries that have the most stringent controls under the Department of Treasury regulations. There are also other agencies beyond these three core agencies. For instance, in the nuclear area, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission and the Department of Energy control the export and import of nuclear reactors and other nuclear-related items, as well as the technology related to that. So there are other agencies as well.